it's Chris, and welcome back to Something Else Amiga. What do we have on the show today? Today I got a small package.
That's what she said.
From Mr. Tim in New York. And what's inside? Well, he wrote me an email and said he was doing something to his TF1260, and somehow the soldering iron kind of went nuts, and the CPLD pins got bridged. He was fixing some memory and something slipped and we got some solder issues, so he debraided it, but now all the pins are like an old lady's hand. So I fired up the old JOYALENS microscope. You may have You may have seen a video review on that a while back, and that's what happens when you drop your live battery charger for your remote into your screw bucket. So we're going to carefully open this with a poker and take a look at what's inside. Hopefully there's a note, because yes there is, thank goodness. Oh, and we have candy. So it says, "Hey Chris, here she is. Please see if you can save her. I hope I haven't done too much damage with my skills. But that's what happens when a right-handed person has two left hands. P.S. Since my experience with this board has been pretty sour, I'm sending over some warheads, so yours can be sour too." For those of you in the old North American continent, and maybe other places, these are warheads. These are a hard candy, good flavor, but it has like a super duper sour pucker your face, like you ate the world's most sourest pickle times 100. I will not be eating this on camera because all that dental work I had, it will probably shatter all of my teeth. It has more ingredients than plutonium. Well, of course it does. And they're 50 calories for 2 pieces. That's not too bad. But I will eat these, and I thank you for that. So set those aside. And what happens, it says, "Hi Chris, I am a fan of your YouTube channel. Recently I have attempted to reflow memory chips on this TF1260 and was somewhat successful. But in a process I accidentally touched the CPLD with my soldering iron, created a blob, which I attempted to fix but made it way worse. Lack of proper equipment such as a microscope and skill on my ends was the poor board's death sentence. Here's a photo for reference. Would you be willing to take a shot at fixing this poor thing up?" So I said I can give it a go. I have a big digital microscope, ship her on over, and here we are. So let's see what we have inside. Oh, yeah, something happened there. Oh, Christmas. And if you're wondering, these are dill pickles. If it was that way, it would be great. Everybody will be happy. This is the smallest poker I have. Look at that. That is going to be fun. Now I said I can give it a try, okay? That means get your cords all tangled under the connector and wires everywhere, and let's see what we can do here. So, good. Yeah, they're a little bit borked. I'll have to clean them up. It looks like we have some bodge, and the pins are off a little bit. And these are some micro pins. Bent into that trace, bent into that trace. I don't know what's going on here. So it's a lot of flux, and over here looks good. So we have a flux line starting here, and we're working our way left, and oh, Christmas. I don't know what that is. And even look, this is weird because I'm looking at the same monitor you are. My hands are down here on the microscope, and I have to work here while looking here. So I'm going to heat up a soldering iron with the finest tip I have. We're going to slap a little bit of flux on here, so you're going to see some water drops. Ooh, fancy. And then I'm going to actually braid this clean so I can move the pins around. Now my braid is going to look super humongous on here, as is the part. And I might bump it a couple times because there's the tip of the soldering iron, the thinnest one I have. Up. See what I mean by moving? Yep. Alright, I'm just going to lay this on here and just kind of go like that. Just to get what I can undone. There we go. Alright, so that takes solder off, and it looks like here we have a pad that got pushed over, and these legs are bent. So yeah, that's why I'm trying to get the solder off of the part. You'll see some bubbling. That is just the part, the flux. Of me trying to remove all the solder. My soldering iron is on 560 degrees Fahrenheit. Did I get any solder off? Let's take a peek. Where is it? A little bit, a little bit, a little bit. It's a start, okay? It's a process. This is so tiny, it is very hard to even... They're still soldered. Oh, that one's loose. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. That one's still stuck, so I gotta touch that one. 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's just push these over. Here we're getting into the stink. Oh, look at that pad. See that pad? The pad has to go. So this has to come up. This has to go over like that. This pad goes underneath of here. And this has to go on top of it. But I have to figure out a way. Well, this pad's totally borked. Look at that. That's great. This leg is, I don't know where this leg is. That's not it. I may have to increase my temperature. I don't think 500 degrees is enough. I need more here. I gotta figure out this. This is something, I don't know what's going on. This pin doesn't exist, or it's smashed underneath. Like, I can't, there's the trace for it. There's the trace. I don't know what's going on here. This pin looks like it's pushed underneath. This one, this. This is all microscopic, guys, so it's not like it's easy. What about a piece of wire? This is a piece of wire. Oh, Christmas, that's even humongous. How am I supposed to get under there to drag that out of there? Razor blade. Oh, yeah. Just, can you scoot over there a little bit, buddy? There you go. Hang on. I am using micro movements. I'm shaky. There. Whew. That's one. Let's clean it up a little bit. That's something. Right there. You gotta go over here. Up. I gotta lift you up. Come here. There you go. Come on. All right. Oh, you guys holding your breath too? Me too. Okay. These next 3 pins are going to be hard for me because this got shoved back and underneath, and I don't know a way to get it out. And this one's like, I don't know where this one even is. And this is a razor blade, dude. Can I just stab it and drag it? Come on. Whew. I'll touch. 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 Reflowing. You, sir. You're reflowed, but you're in the wrong spot. You gotta come off. So this part is right here, and I'm working on a microscopic level, of course. hence the name microscope. So I'm going to get a couple big rubber bands here to help my stability. You can see I don't need the helmet of Goober on. I just got my magnifying glasses and hope and a prayer. Alright, so I need to get this debraided. So if I cut myself a piece of braid that's literally maybe 2 millimeters across. This has more flux on it than Jesus made wine. And I'm just gonna touch this. I'm only at 650 degrees, so this is not hot. It's not bonded to that. I'm going to clean this up now that I can get the poker in there, just to make sure it's separate. It looks like I'm separate, but that's a fine line. I'm going to just touch underneath here with it. And now we have a clear line. Good. Okay, so now we're going to move the pin back ever so carefully. Put the pin down where it needs to be. Make sure our line is good. And then just touch it. That's the wrong pin, but okay. So that's what? 6? And I'm sorry if this is boring as F, but it's stuff that I do. This is normally like, I don't video these a lot because it's extremely boring and I like to keep you entertained.
Bend over and I'll show you.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Come to me. There we go. Look at that. Yeah, I can see why this would require a microscope. One wrong bump, and on this microscopic level thing, on a plus note, you're never going to see this because it's going to be inside the user's machine. Ouch, that hurts like hell. Woo. Okay, but I got it. Holy God. Cheese and rice. Today's interrupter of the day, Mr. Kevin Q, inquiring about time set GMT offset for our clock DST thing we got off Aminet for 240 versus 300. It's 60 minutes times 4-hour GMT on daylight savings, 224, 240 minute, and 300. I don't know why I did that, but yeah, 300 minutes for GMT minus 5 here in the east coast of America, and that is 60 minutes times 5 is 30, 60 times 5 is 300, and that's math. Yep. Alright, so let's continue on with the boringness of micro solder. So I got those fixed. Let's slide her on over some more to more death. That was it. That was the death. Alright, I got one more doohickey here that looks like death, and that's this one. There's what's left of the pin. Those two pins got pushed together, and this leg, I don't know what, this is supposed to be here, this is supposed to be here, this is supposed to be here. Oh shit, look at that. Yeah. And your friend too. And okay, so we have all of that done. My daughter brought me down some leftover chicken things she made. I almost choked and died on camera, but I edited that out. We have it all soldered in, I believe. I'm going to check these other pins. How do you do that? I'm just going to take my doohickey here and just move it and see if they move. Put pressure on it to see if the pin moves. I'm moving the whole part, sorry. If I just bump this thing to focus the camera. Alright, continuing on. There's a hair. Oh, is that moving? Nope. I know these are good because I just did them. That was the island of misfit toys right here. That pin was crossed over, bent up. It was crooked as a politician, I'll tell you what. That is this. So in case you're wondering where I'm at, my maximum zoom, I am working like this. So with this, that's what I was doing, and this. Okay? So when you're seeing it on the HDMI output, it looks like, gosh, that should be pretty damn easy. No. I'm at a 320 millimeter to 12 millimeter optical distance lens, and holy crap. How am I going to test this? Well, first I'm going to clean it up. We're just going to hit it with some hooch here. And look at this. Look, you can see it washing it away. I haven't done a thing. Looks like there's a couple scratches right here. Lungs in a can. That's better. So, that little mofo on this side, we straightened all the pins up under the microscope. Alcoholed it, fluxed it, alcoholed it. So making sure that all of the alcohol is dry from under the chip, and we'll blow the flux around. And these are great for when you only have a couple powers in your lungs. You can do that. And I'm going to do something. There you go. You can peel it off if you don't want it. Repaired. How am I going to test it, you ask? And I've said that 8 times. Is I'm going to have to find a CPU. Thank you, JOYALENS, for your work today. I greatly appreciate it. Here's my 1200, or one of my 1200s. First, I have to get this out and make sure I have my shovel removal tool. This PGA style shovel came with Intel 486 overdrive processors way back in the day. And what it does, for those of you who haven't seen this tool, is when said CPU is in here, these are perfectly spaced to allow you to go beep and safely remove your chip, which you will be seeing when I insert this one. So find your dot of missing pin, and hope to God that all of your pins are in line. And they are. So there we go. There's my LC on this. No hard drive, no floppy, 3.0. It's going to take a minute because, I don't know, it just does. So there we go. 3.1, and it works. When these were built, these connectors were like a couple millimeters too thick. And what happens is, on your 1200, there's a plastic little lip right here that son of a bitch hits on. It's on this side, actually. So when you go to slide your card in, the stupid plastic connector, and you're just fighting it. All you got to do is take a file and file a little bit off of this end, so it fits that stupid plastic piece, which was built wrong and it's too high, because it'll never fit. It's never going to fit. But I'm going to wedge mine, because there we go. We'll see. Anyway, alright. TF1260 Dr. Chris edition is installed. came. Moment of truth. Low, high. Oh shit, double mouse button. That's just booting. There you go. Your TF1260 is working. Set patch executing. 60 to 60 libs are in use. Or used with permission from Mr. Thomas. See how it boots instantly? And there we go. What do we got? Still loading, hold on. 68060. You're good to go, sir. Whoa. And MMU we use. This doesn't have a FPU, it is just a thing. 128 megs of RAM. And I guess I should take some photos. Wait, I almost forgot. I gotta show you how to get that CPU out. You just stick this cattle prod in here. Find a spot where your pins go through. La la la. And just lift it. You have to do it carefully. Carefully. Lift it. You see it kind of coming up here? Then you go to the other side. Find a spot where your pins all fit. And lift it. And then find the fourth. Lift it. And then go over it one more time just so she pops free. And there you go. Cool. So Mr. Tim, you are good to go. I hope this 1260 serves you well. Thankfully we had that JOYALENS microscope. If you're interested in that one or the other one I did before that I got from Banggood, yep, it's not that kind of site, it's like a Chinese eBay. Check out the JOYALENS video I did. I'll link it in the description below, as well as all the tools that we've used today. I hope this finds you well. Another product, peripheral, has been saved and another Amiga can live on. Thank you guys for coming along on this extended, kind of boring, but important journey. Please consider supporting my Patreon so I can continue to help do these things with the parts and the time and stuff that it takes to do this. Thank you all for your support. I greatly appreciate it, and we couldn't do it without you. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something.
What do you know from funny, you bastard?